Hello friends, welcome to my channel. My name is Karan Singh. Today we will talk about a hacking tool that is dnsenum. Okay, let's start. Hello friends, it's enum tool. So what is mean that? So DNS, domain name service, and enum means enumeration. It is used for domain name service analyzing in detail. So from that tool you can collect domain names, okay, name servers, DNS servers, and so on. So for understanding this tool we have to understand what is DNS or domain name service. Okay, so we are taking the first topic, that is history of DNS, how DNS was created. Okay, so let's start. So you can look my screen. I have written domain name system was created in 1983 to replace the file called host.txt. So now what is the meaning of host.txt? What is it? So host.txt, it's a file, okay, it's act like a DNS service to your local machine. Okay, it's override mapping to your like a DNS server to your local machine, and your to connect your local machine to the internet. Okay, so this is a work of host.txt. For example, I am taking one example. Suppose you have to, before DNS, okay, suppose you have to visit a website or a domain name. For that, before DNS you have to by heart that IP address, or you have to learn that website for visiting that domain name. So DNS has overcome this. Because of DNS it is easy to visit any website or a domain name, because DNS is translating domain name service in IP address. DNS is a simple type of phone book, you can say, of the internet. So suppose, for example, you have to visit a website or a domain name example.com. you have typed your domain name in your web browser. Okay, then the work of DNS is that it will work behind the scenes or behind the background. Okay, it will look up the IP address, what IP address is related to which domain name, then it will collect the information and get to the correct location of that domain name. So because of DNS it is easier to visit any website or a domain name. So this is the history, and also I want to tell that I have told you that mapping, what is the meaning of mapping. So I genuinely ask you that what is the meaning of map, why we are using map? To find the correct location where we want to go. So like that only, it's act mapping in this DNS. Okay, so let's start the second topic, that is what is DNS. So you can see the domain name service, what I told you before only. It's a naming database in which internet domain names are located and translate into IP addresses. The domain name system map the name peoples use to locate a website to IP address that's a computer used to locate that website. So you can see I have given an example. If someone type example.com into a web browser, a server behind a screen map that name to the corresponding IP address that I told you, and IP address is similar in the structure to that IP address. So I am taking one example. You have a phone. Okay, you are saving your numbers by the name. Why? Because we cannot by heart or remember lots of numbers. That's why we are saving that number in name form. So how it's work? So when we are typing any name, okay, and we are calling any, for suppose I am calling my friend, I have typed my friend name, then I will connect to my friend. How I connecting? Because when I am typing name, the name is going to relate or sync with my number, then I can connect to that number. So exactly that like that only DNS work. DNS is a book, okay, which in that there are lots of IP addresses and your domain names. When you are typing your domain name, it is linked with that IP address. Okay, for example, when you are typing any domain name in your web browser, it will call your domain name. And suppose you are typing your domain name IP address also, it will call your domain name only. So like that the DNS work. Okay, so that this much only in this. So now we have seen the history of DNS, what is DNS. Now we will see how it's work. Okay, so for understanding the work of DNS, we have to study this also, DNS server type. So there are several server types involved in completing a DNS resolution. The following list describe the four named servers. In the other, a query passed through them. They provide the domain name being sought or referred to other name server. By this you can understand there are four types of servers: recursive server, root name server, TLT servers, and authoritative name server. For understanding this all four types, you have to understand how the DNS is work. You understand this, then you will understand that also. Okay, let's start how DNS work. So for example, there is an end user who is typing for example he is typing a domain name in his system or a web browser, that is www.example.com. okay, then it will, second step, it will go to the DNS resolver. So now what is DNS resolver? So for example, DNS resolver is a librarian who's set to find any book in the library. Okay, so for example, when we are requesting any query, it will go to the DNS resolver, and the DNS resolver work is to find our query. Okay, then it will go to the DNS root server. So DNS root act like a collection of book. Okay, it has all the root server, for example .com, .org, .edu, .in, okay, .com, everything. Okay, then DNS root will tell, collect this query and go to the name server. Okay, then it will go to the name server that is top level domain. In that name server, the work of name server is that collecting the query that is your domain name and converting it to the IP address. Then this name server will tell the DNS resolver, go to this route, Amazon route 53 name server. From this you can collect your IP address. Okay, then you move forward. Okay, then DNS resolver collect this and go to the end user. Okay, then from end user it will go to the actual website, okay, or a domain name that user want to request. Okay, that is web server whom the user want to call that website. Okay, that is example www.example.com. so then it will go to the web server, then it will go to the end user and it will display in the web browser, okay, or in its system. So this all the function or a method are work to call any website or a domain name, to convert a website or a domain name in the IP address. From this all method we are getting a website on our screen. Okay, so the next topic is DNS records are the information a query seek. Okay, depending on a query, client or application, different information is required. So records are required such as A records. Okay, there are, so what is the meaning of A record? So you can see a video that I have given the practicals. Okay, how the dnsenum work. In that I have shown from taking one example that what is A record. Okay, in that you can look. So there are many DNS record types, each with their own purpose in donating how a query should be treated. Common DNS records are the following: A record, okay, A record that is your IP address, NS record name server, text record, and CNAME channel record. Now what is DNA caching? So the goal of DNS caching is to reduce the time it takes to get answer to a DNS query. Cache enable DNS to store previous answer to query closer to client and get that some information to them faster the next time it is required. For example, suppose or I am requesting a domain name or a website. So first time it will take, for example, 1 minute, but the second time it will take half second or a 30 second. I want to say that it will take less time, okay, to find my answer which I query, okay, which I request to that web browser. So DNS is working, DNS caching is storing our answer or a query, okay, or in a simple way I can tell you that, for example, I have asked a question to a web browser, okay, DNS cache will store that question, okay, and when next time I will ask that question again to the web browser, it will give faster. Okay, so this is the meaning of DNS caching. So any query or any doubt for all this topic, so please comment me, okay. So and this video is for educational purpose only, so don't do misuse. Okay, so let's start the practical. Hello friend, let's start enum tool. So basically I have told you before only what is DNS enum. Okay, so it is generally used for DNS analyzing, means for exploiting domain names. Okay, so in this video we will see how we are using DNS enum tool. Okay, what are the features of DNS tool. So let's start. So basically you have looking this screen. In this I am typing the basic command for looking help option, you can tell. So DNS enum -f. From this you can see all the general option of the DNS tool. So we will see features of these options. Okay, so first we will see how to perform DNS, you can tell simple command line. Okay, so first command line, that is DNS enum. Okay, and your targeted domain name. I am taking google.com. so it is performing the command, and you can see it is generally performing the basic command that I told you before only, that is host name. Okay, name server, mail server, and zone transfers. Okay, brute forcing. Okay, these are all the basic command. After this command we will see how to add the features. Okay, so basically you are seeing here, that is we have got the host name, that is google.com, and we have got the IP address also. So what is this IN and A? So we will talk about first IN. What is IN? It is individual IP address, that is it is here showing here. So what is A? So basically A is a type that is showing IP version 4, and there is a second type, that is there are 4 types of A. They are showing IP version 6. So we are taking one example. So let's take. So first of all I will take here, I will use a command, that is nslookup, enter, and I will tell it to set A type. Set A, set the type is equal to A, and I am giving the domain name, that is google.com, and you can see in the screen that it's showing the name and address, and the address is IP version 4. Okay, but I have to see the IP version 6 also. So I will set type is equal to 4A and hit enter, and I will give the domain name, that is google.com, hitting enter. Then you can see in the screen I have got the IP version 6 IP address also. So this is the example of this A type. Okay, now you have clear what is IN and A. So let's move on, what we are getting output from this command. So now you can see in screen you have got the net inch also. Now it is performing the reverse lookup. What is the meaning of reverse lookup? Okay, now we have performed nslookup, name servers lookup. Okay, that also like same, but it will show the IP address and domain names also. By brute forcing, it got many domains and IP address and CNAME, that is channel name. Okay, channel name basically that is domain name, and A means I have told you before only, that is IP address. Okay, from here I am taking one domain and pasting here and hit enter. It is giving outputs of job page of google.com. So like this only we are getting the all details about DNS. Okay, it is taking time, so it will take time. Now I am cancelling this command. We are moving to the next command. So I have told that is okay, DNS private. So what is the features of DNS private? Before I have told you that what is the work of DNS private command. It is showing the private IP and domain names of the target domain. So let's start. So first is dnsenum. Okay, we have to type hyphen private. Okay, then target domain. After that I am using thread also for increasing my performance. It will increase and give me the, it will take time to give the output from that threads. Okay, then I will put enter. So you can see that it is performing. Okay, the scan, that is DNS private. It will take some time. It is doing its basic scan that I told you. In brute forcing you can see the domain names, okay, and the IP addresses, and the name means the channel name. Okay, that is www.3l.google.com. you can see the IP address also, and you can see the channel name also. You have to understand what is the work of private. Okay, private feature. That I told you what is the work of private feature. You have to understand that the what is the logic of private. Okay, it is time consuming, it is taking time. For example, I am taking this this page. Okay, and I am browsing that domain. You can see this page is open now, the login page of my email address. I'm checking this domain. Hitting enter. And the Google job page is open now. You can see how I am exploiting the domain names. I am taking this website and putting in browser, hit enter. You can see this page is open now. Okay, back to our scan. So you can see google.com class C net range also it is displaying, giving output, and now it is performing reverse lookup to this IP address. I am cancelling this this output. Now you have understand what is private. Okay, private option, what is the use of that. Okay, next we are moving on. The next command is DNS DNS server. Okay, for example I am typing here dnsenum, okay, hyphen DNS server and my targeted domain. I am hitting enter. First of all I will add also thread for giving me fast output, enter. So you can see it is giving me fast output now. You can see the name servers are shown. Okay, we have to wait, and now it is performing the brute forcing. Okay, we have to wait. The meaning of these features is that it will show the DNS servers also. Okay, what are the servers, what are the types of servers in DNS, means domain name. You can see here by brute forcing it got many domains. For example I am taking this IP address, you see the host domain IP address it is, that is google.com. It will take time. Okay, see the net range is also displayed. Now you have understand what is the meaning of these features. Okay, so we are moving to the next command. Okay, move on to whois. The meaning of whois is that it will tell about the domain name. Okay, what is domain name about, what are the subdomains in that. Okay, what are the files in that. Okay, so let's start. So we have to type dnsenum, okay, hyphen whois, okay, our target domain, and of course threads. So you can see it start. You can see this, all of this, it is telling about the domain. Okay, it is giving the all output. See, so what I told you, when we are adding features, okay, it will perform it basic command. Okay, after that it will add also our features that I told you. Okay, the tool had launch that whois query. See, you can see in this, it is showing the whois features which we have add in this command. Okay, so you have now understand what is the meaning of whois. So that is how to save our output in XML format. Okay, for that we have to use no reverse and -o to save the file. So let's start. So first of all we will type dnsenum, okay, -no reverse. Okay, after that the meaning of no reverse is that give the all output, okay, of the domain that is not related to IP address or domain name. Okay, and save it in my domain. I am typing here, save in it my .xml and our target domain. And of course thread. Hit enter. So it will save our output in XML format in the example file. We have to wait for some minutes. Now you have understand what are the works of features. Okay, in this any query or doubt, please comment me. Okay, see our you can see IP blocks also. Okay, and done. Now it has saved our output in that XML form. That is, we can see, you can see here XML dot example.xml, that is our output. So for looking that, we have to type cat example.xml, hit enter, then you will see the all output. Okay, these are the output. So you have now understand what is the meaning of this command. So move on to next command. Okay, starting the next, first of all I will type that, then tell the meaning. Okay, dnsenum -p 5 -s 5 -thread. Okay, our targeted domain. So what is the meaning of P? The meaning of P is pages. Okay, I have to check 5 pages in this domain. After that S you can see, you can tell that URL also, or I have to check file. Okay, then thread, it will run fast. Okay, so let's start. Enter. So here you can see scraping domains from Google, but it is not showing anything because it is highly secure. Google reserve, it is blocking. Okay, to check manually. So the meaning of this command is like this only. Want to next this dnsenum, okay, hyphen our domain name google.com, then hyphen v hyphen thread 10. So the meaning of this v means it will show all the details about background, what is running in background. Okay, all the details. And this threads you know only before. Okay, so let's start. See how it's work. It will take long time. So you can see, it is scanning or it is giving output in detail. So these are all about the DNS command line tool. So basically from this purpose only, do not misuse of this video. So you have liked the video and you have given your time and you are watching my video. So please like and share this video and please comment me. Okay, so today's it. We will meet you in the next video.